Makeup artistry was always something that I love, and I've also got a few other things that I do aside from makeup. I'm a balloon artist. I am also into photography. So I would like to say that this journey started even before I actually understood that it was starting, until I actually decided, you know what, in 2013, I'm going to start a business, and officially kicked it off in 2014. But in that time, I was still a student. I was still studying towards my marketing degree. Once I finished my studies, I went directly into corporate. Something that God highlighted for me, that you have this gift that your hands can do. I've given you that gift. Use it.
Hi everyone, my name is Tanya and welcome to the Come Up series. I'm here with my co-host Luandra, and tonight we will be talking about moving from corporate world to being an entrepreneur. And our guest today is Gracia, and she is a full-time makeup artist. And Luandra is going to start with her first question.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. This is really lovely.
Wonderful. So besides being a makeup artist, what else does your business consist of?
So, yes, I am. Firstly, I actually want to introduce myself properly. My name is Gracia Alonga, and I am a mom of two beautiful little girls, a wife, and marketing graduate. So makeup artistry was always something that I love, and I've also got a few other things that I do aside from makeup. I'm a balloon artist. I am also into photography. So my business, L&T Group, it consists of all those three. Aside from just being a makeup artist, that's what I am.
Oh, wow. Nice. That's very nice. So when did your journey start becoming a makeup artist? And at the same time, when did you decide, okay, I had enough of corporate, I'm going to pursue being a full-time makeup artist?
I would like to say that this journey started even before I actually understood that it was starting. It's something that I've always loved, and I would always do makeup for family and people around me, until I actually decided, you know what, in 2013, I'm going to start a business, and officially kicked it off in 2014. That's how it started. But in that time, I was still a student. I was still studying towards my marketing degree and stuff. So that kind of took a, how can I say, I put it on the side for a bit. I was not fully focused on that at that moment. And then eventually, once I finished my studies, I went directly into corporate. I just didn't feel like I could express my creativity or express myself as an individual the same way. As much as I try to say, I know that a lot of people might say a year is not a lot. I just felt that it was not for me anymore, and I didn't decided to go on into makeup artistry.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's very interesting. So do you feel like you made the right choice by leaving the corporate world? And would you ever go back?
In all honesty, I'll say this. It was definitely something that made me understand that I'm not someone that is made for that environment. I don't believe that I can flourish as much as if I am being an entrepreneur allows me that flexibility. So I don't necessarily believe that. I mean, obviously, God is the only one who knows the future. But from where I'm sitting, I don't see myself going back to corporate, because there's so much I want to explore. There's so much flexibility in being your own, you can say being your own boss, and in being the person that actually sets a narrative of how you go ahead. So I don't see myself going back to corporate, honestly.
Oh, no, I totally understand when you mean setting your own narrative, because you will have such a great idea, then you want to pass it on to your boss, or you want to do you literally see there's something you can do more efficient, and they will work with the business, and then they don't take your ideas because of whoever was supposed to
Exactly.
approve it or didn't go through. And I see this with a lot of businesses as well. They so stagnated in their own ways, and then us, they come out of varsity with this brilliant idea,
Exactly.
and you were so excited to learn about this certain business, and now you literally have to conform to their ways as
A hundred
well.
percent.
And it's sort of difficult to, like, with all these ideas, now you have to literally conform in this environment that's limiting as well, but at the same time you do learn. I'm not going to take away from what you
Exactly.
do.
That's true.
You do learn to grow and how to do certain things, but I totally understand where you come from, especially for the youngsters. If we just had
I,
more room to express ourselves and really give those creative ideas, I think businesses in South Africa would do much better with
I
that overall.
agree. I somehow feel like over time that excitement and that creativity tends to die because people get into a place where they feel they always have to dim down or kind of, you can't really express it. So I would encourage, even if people are not in corporate but still have that creative side, to find time to actually nurture that, because sometimes what happens is you have to kind of conform it, and then when they need it, you need to kind of get that spark back, but it's like something you need to cultivate, I feel. So yeah, I truly feel like it's something hard for me as a person to go back to, for sure.
Sure.
Yeah. So I've said this before in our one of our episodes. I think me and Luandra like say it all the time that entrepreneurship is not easy. So what keeps you motivated and just pushing your business daily?
One thing for sure is my daughters, first and foremost. I think just thinking of having something to leave them, something that they, can continue to grow, a legacy of some sort, that's the first thing. And also just like the love that I have for what I do. It's something that I just feel like, when you are a person who's in, let's say, a movement of some sort, you feel like you have a voice, right? And that you need to have that voice being heard. I feel like my gift is something that is not meant to be hidden, right? And I feel like as much as it's difficult to keep that momentum, to keep that inspiration, that fire going, um, that is something that wakes me up every time, because I know that God has given me something different, something unique, and I have something to bring to the table as well in that industry. And also when all of that seems to, because as much as I love my daughters and I know that I have a gift, when all of that doesn't seem like it's enough, I go back to my creator. I honestly don't find any better inspiration than one when I am fully refueled, when I have truly connected to God and I have truly, it's almost like he reminds me of why I am doing what I'm doing. So that is basically what I would say keeps me going.
Sure. Wow.
Beautiful.
So your business name, Ilari, what was the inspiration behind that name for your business?
So Ilari is basically my daughter's name. So I have a daughter called Ariella. That's my firstborn. It means Lion of God. And I have Elora, which is my secondborn, and it means God's light, the light of God. So when I thought of a name, I thought of something that, could actually just be so beautiful, but also so meaningful. And I'm like, what better than my little girls? So yeah, that's basically the inspiration behind my name, Ilari.
Sure. Beautiful names though, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Could you tell us more about your other businesses in balloon artistry and photography? When did that start?
Sure. It's quite a long story, but I'll try and make it as short as possible. I definitely, after having my little ones, went through a phase where I was very down, very low. I didn't have much inspiration, much motivation to do anything. Like I was in a very dark place, a very, very dark place. And it took a lot of praying, it took a lot of fasting, it took a lot of reading. And in those moments, as much as I had been doing bits and pieces of those things, photography here and there, I've always been interested. Balloons, I really enjoyed doing it for my family members and even my daughter's birthdays. People were always like, "You're so good," but it was never really something that was in my mind as something that I could do as a career. But the way that I found joy and I found purpose in those things, it's amazing. Sometimes we're looking outside for what is it that I'm meant to do? What is it that I can do? What can really fuel me, give me that motivation? And it's sometimes in just something that you have been doing that you didn't realize, could actually bring so much value into your life. So I believe that especially with the balloons, it was something that God highlighted for me, that you have this gift that your hands can do. I've given you that gift. Use it. And the more I started doing it, the more friends started saying, "Okay, can we book you for this? Can you book for that?" And it gave me hope. I was like, when I thought I couldn't do anything, even makeup at that moment felt like, I feel like I'm so discouraged. I can't pick up a brush and even do my own makeup, at this moment. He gave me hope through other things that I never really gave much thought to. So that is basically where it came in. And yeah, I just decided, okay, since I'm doing it and doing it so well and people are actually willing to pay me for this, this is something that I'm going to put more focus on. And yeah, that's where it came from.
Wow. So it seems like God's way of revealing a new talent or nudging you into your next chapter or journey always comes in ways that you feel like, okay, I'm just doing this for fun, and then people tell you, "Hey, Gracia, this is amazing. You should do this. How much for this?" It's quite interesting.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
So what is your favorite job that you've done as a makeup artist?
So I would say it would be my first big booking. I had a close family friend who was one of the organizers for a Miss Congo SA, and she was looking for makeup artists. And she's like, "You're really good. Like, can I book you?" and stuff like that. So it was definitely an experience that stretched my, how can I say, my skill set, because obviously you have to do makeup fast, and it was very fun doing different models. And that for me has to stand out as one of my favorite experiences.
Oh, that's something, hey?
Yeah.
So how many models was it that you did makeup for?
I think it was about 20.
Wow, that was a big
So how much time do you have
I think
to
it was because I wasn't alone. There was another makeup artist, but obviously, as the ladies come and you have to touch up and do this, then you got quite a few ladies that you have to do. But it was just, I love the experience of actually finally doing this in a professional setting. I'm like, this is me. I am a makeup artist. So that for me, I think that's why it was such a pivotal point in my career where I understood, I can actually do this. This is me. This is me. So yeah.
No, that's great. And Miss SA is coming up soon, so who knows, maybe in the future, you put it out there, you will be doing Miss SA's makeup as well.
Oh, amen to that. Yes, please. I'd love that. I love that. Yes, totally.
So what do you think is the most challenging for makeup artists? Challenges that they come across?
I will say that definitely there is a lot of us. We are so many talented young makeup artists. So I think it's getting yourself out there to get the right client. And while I know there's a lot of us, we're all different because we all specialize in different ways. So you'd find that one person will go to one makeup artist because they love the way they do the skin. One would love the bright colors. So we're all gifted in our different ways, but still it's very difficult. And also in South Africa, I think it's something that's still growing. Like in terms of like knowing how to set where to set the pricing to get the correct clientele. So different makeup artists will price their stuff maybe at a lower rate, and people will be like, okay, she's cheaper, I'll just go to her, but not really understanding the type of products maybe you use and stuff. So it's not really, how can I say, regulated, where there is a minimum pay for certain makeup artists, or, so even if you do have a payment area that you would like to target, you really have to find your clientele. So I think that's one of the things. So it's the marketing and finding the right clientele, but at the same time also as makeup artists also trying to find a good pricing for all of us to be paid a good amount.
Okay, just on that, what do you specialize in on giving makeup on? Is it for weddings, for birthdays, parties?
So I'm definitely versatile. I wouldn't want to say I only do one thing. But I'm definitely, when I talk about specializing, I'm a person who likes more natural looks. So I wouldn't really go to do something in theater or things like that, special effects, or I'm more into like events. And so you can say weddings, parties, baby showers. So that's where I specialize. I'm not into special effects, not into dramatic makeup and everything.
Right.
So, Gracia, with all that you have done and learned with your experience over the years, where do you see yourself in a few years' time?
I think one thing I don't want to do is actually put myself in a box where I'm like, I only want to be there. But there are definitely, like I said, goals that I want to attain. I just want to be successful. I want to have something that, obviously I'm doing several things and I'm not sure what God will show me in the future and what I will, do in the future. I'm just continuously learning, growing. I just want to be successful at something that I've done. So whether my business becomes business that sells products or does events, whichever, I'm definitely open to understanding where God is guiding me with this. I don't want to put a lid on it. So successful, learning still, growing still. I don't know if that would be enough of a description.
I like that. Tanya, do you have any closing words? Anything else?
I just want to say thank you so much for your time and for being on our show and sharing that amazing nuggets. I'm sure someone out there is inspired and probably looking at being a makeup artist or going into balloon artistry or photography. But hopefully we can touch base more on the other businesses as well. But thank you so much for being on our show.
Thank you so much for this, and I love what you guys are doing. I think giving entrepreneurs a platform to kind of share these type of testimonies and share their experiences definitely motivates other people. So I really encourage you guys in what you're doing. Thank you for this opportunity to be on your show.
Thank you. And where can people find you?
So I am on Instagram as L&T Beauty and L&T Photography. I'm also on Facebook at L&T Group. So you can find me on those platforms.
Okay, great. Guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. We will leave Gracia's contact information down below in the description section. And if you enjoyed this episode, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you are a small business and would like to collab with us, message in the comment section down below. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.